Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey-oh.
Welcome to Fuck This Movie.
Kermit the Frog.
Fucking movies.
What was that?
Yeah.
Well, hope everyone's ready to get fucked.
Hell yeah. I've been waiting 2 weeks for
Fucking-
this.
I'm here
Yeah.
with my co-host, Mr. John Brown.
That's
He's too
me.
old to be cool.
I am so fucking old. Feel it more every day.
And Mr.
Constantly.
Reese Sandweiler. He's the man who watched everything.
That's me.
Speaking of watching everything, let's go over what you guys have been watching.
I got
Reese,
a-
try not to go for 45 minutes.
I got some stuff.
Maybe cut it down. You know?
I got some things I definitely want to talk about.
All right.
So first off,
I have literally nothing. So
yeah. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
okay.
I'm gonna leave it up to you guys.
Well,
You guys
maybe
can
I
do
will
that.
take
I
45
was giving you
minutes.
shit,
Yeah.
but actually you can go over a little bit.
I try to keep it to like 5 or so anymore. First thing though, watch Karate Kid 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
And yeah, super satisfying sequel. I mean, just like as far as
Not a
sequels
first time
go-
watch.
No, it was.
yeah?
It was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
What did you watch growing
Heavy metal and animated stuff and horror movies.
Yeah.
You know, like wholesome
Did
family
you just
shit.
have like
not so much.
zero like parental oversight from your viewing?
Kind of. My dad wasn't the best influence, I guess, but
I had
I mean,
zero
he showed me heavy
oversight,
metal.
and I still love the Karate Kid Part 2.
Yeah.
growing up, so
No, it was.
No, I
a
just mean like it
very-
seems like a movie, especially in your like older, you're
Yeah.
like elderly.
No, I would have
demographic.
thought that I would have watched it. Maybe I did, I guess, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, I thought you'd said you recently watched the first one, and that was a rewatch.
That was a rewatch.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
never went any further
Yeah.
than
Okay.
that. But yeah, no, super
the second one's
satisfying.
good, man.
as a
it's
sequel.
it's like real stakes and
Yeah, no, it dials up the stakes of what's happening. There's a lot more. I don't know. There's more depth. You like. It's really satisfying to be in Japan and like to see Mr. Miyagi's story and like, yeah, just the whole goddamn thing was just super satisfying. Really, like the finale was good. Like the character interactions, the growth of everybody. Yeah, and it just fucking hit all the buttons, man. It was really really good. It's one of the best sequels I think I've seen probably.
Are you gonna watch 3 now? I feel like
Yeah, I am, but I'm gonna probably like I told you, I'd be annoyed like because he put so much more into the relationship with the chick in the second one
Yeah.
than the first one. Like it wasn't a big deal, like to me, for
well,
the chick to be fucked off.
I will say that in the third one, the new chick, which like they kind of treat the Karate Kid movies like Bond,
Right.
Like there's just a new chick.
There's
for
always
every
a new
movie.
one. Yeah.
And she gets even less treatment than Elizabeth Shue from
Than the first one.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's gonna make me that would make me even more annoyed because like they actually put time into that relationship in the second one.
Is the new movie they're working on? Is it supposed to be connected to Cobra Kai at all?
I do not know. I
doubt
would
it.
imagine that it's all connected because
Yeah,
they'll
they'll probably make
It's just like its own
mentions
world.
and shit.
It's going to be like
They
alternate reality.
I know
Karate
they've
Kid,
even
'cause-
talked about trying to get which I'm like way behind on Cobra Kai at this point, but the next Karate Kid, they're
Miguel or whatever.
No,
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank. Like,
Oh,
they were talking about
okay.
even trying to get her in for like a
That'd be
couple
fun.
episodes. Yeah.
It just seems like they.
Because so the fourth Karate Kid movie is actually called The Next Karate Kid.
Right.
And it's with Hilary Swank
Oh,
instead
okay.
of
Okay.
but it's
basically-
still Mr. Miyagi. Right?
Mr. Miyagi gets a new student, basically.
Okay. And then there was the Will Smith son after that?
Yeah,
That's a completely different thing. They're
Yeah.
like
that was
so,
like 2010.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's no like
So the fourth one is still connected.
the fourth
Yes.
one is still so
Okay.
the one
Loosely.
the one with Will Smith's kid is not actually connected until they do this new one that's coming out.
Okay.
It was more of like a remake,
Yeah.
but he's not named Mr. Miyagi.
It's different characters, so that's
Yeah.
why that's what allowed this new one to happen was the
Yeah.
fact that it's new characters.
Interesting.
The
Yeah,
fourth
they'll-
one,
I feel like they'll probably tie into the.
Well, they
Yeah.
are
Well,
because
it's just-
you can tell in the
like
trailer.
studios don't like tying into TV shows because I feel like then you're asking the audience to have seen 3 seasons of a TV show for it to make sense.
I guess if you just do it the right way, and
They
just like
fucking
a
do
couple,
it with Marvel and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's the highest grossing shows or movies in the world.
If you do some mentions, I think it's easy enough.
yeah,
You know, you don't have to expect people. I think it's like if you keep it contained, just the knowledge that this thing happened might spurn people to go watch it and just, like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. You tied this in.
Cobra Kai and as far as my lifetime is the most like nostalgia like engrossing thing. Like
the first few seasons were so
capitalizing off of the nostalgia of people like me.
Yeah,
because I like the Karate Kid. Like it was a kid's movie to me because I was a kid when it came out. Like that was actually my timeline.
See, the thing is for me, like I really enjoyed Cobra Kai, and I didn't even like I was never really. I didn't give that much of a shit about Karate Kid at all. Like, really. Like, I remember the first movie, but obviously didn't watch the second, watched anything after. But I really, really enjoyed Cobra Kai just for what they did to give you a different perspective on a character. Like, mechanically, what they did with the characters in the show, I thought was really fucking cool. And then that fell apart eventually.
I think you should go back and rewatch. Like, if the Karate Kid is still fresh in your mind, I think you should go back and rewatch the first season of Cobra Kai because it's crazy to me. Like they reused the same music.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Like every little detail.
I could tell that they did. Like I really enjoyed the production and the writing in the first few seasons of Cobra Kai. I only have a problem with that show once it, 2 seasons of the exact same teenage drama in a row.
Well, teenage drama will murder anything.
Well, it's like it's not even the teenage drama. It's that it was like 2 fucking seasons of the same shit. Of like, oh no, this is my girlfriend. No, it's my boyfriend. And then like the second season, like
fuck you, bitch.
The same thing. It was the same.
Except
thing.
They don't say fuck you. It's like
whatever.
Screw you.
Screw you, bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, so Karate Kid 2, fantastic. I watched a really frustrating movie the other day. It was an Amazon original called Lies. It's about a teenage girl that gets her family wrapped up in just the worst situation possible over complete bullshit. You want a good movie to make you not want to have kids? Is a real good one.
I could always use more of those.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, this is fucking awful. Like, just the most typical...
It's called Lies?
Lies, I think. Lie, or The Lie.
The Lie.
But it's not good. So,
no. Well, the movie, like, production-wise is, like, fine. It's just stupid. And it's just irritating. It's true to form, honestly. I mean, I tried to raise a teenage girl, and, like, there was a lot of stupid shit involved in raising a teenage girl, and, like, it just kind of touches on some of that. But yeah, no, basically this girl, like, the movie starts out...
It's got Joey King. I can't stand her.
Which is that the... Yeah, no, she's so that. She was the lead in that really shitty dystopian movie I watched not that long ago, The Uglies. Where it's like, again, like, I'm so ugly. Like, no, you're not.
I'm hideous.
And like in this movie too, the chick's like, no boys in school like me because I'm so ugly. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up. This is not believable. You were not ugly. Like, stop it.
For an actress.
She just always...
She's not Scarlett Johansson.
At no point watching her do I ever say, that is a character. I always think, that's an actor. That person is acting on screen.
Yeah. No, it was not good. But yeah, so she basically is... Movie starts out, her dad's taking her some ballet thing. Along the way, she sees a friend of hers at a bus stop, convinces dad to pick her up. They stop so the friend can pee, and then she goes with her, and they take too long. Dad comes out, can't find any of them, and then the daughter comes out, and he's like, oh my God, we got in a fight. I pushed her. And he's like, oh, fuck. And he freaks out. And he's like trying to find this girl in this like fucking river of like ice water and presumably fucking dead. And they go back to the car and he's freaking out. Like, we got to call the police. And she's like, no. That's when she revealed that she pushed her. Didn't push her, turns out. Bullshit.
Does it turn into a revenge thing? Does she come back?
No. Oh, she comes back.
Does she come back as like an ice queen?
No, that'd be so much cooler. No, so after this, it spirals the parents into this whole like crazy nonsense with the police where they're trying to protect their daughter from prosecution and creating all these lies and getting into it with the kid's dad. Eventually the parents kill the fucking girl's dad that's got pushed.
in this.
Dude, this movie's not worth watching. It's okay.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, like, as soon as the shit goes down at the beginning, I'm like, she's not dead. She's going to come back. Sure enough, by the end of the movie...
I got
after
there.
all
I got
this-
there with just your, like, brief explanation.
After all the bullshit in the movie, the parents kill the girl's dad.
Oh my God.
Because the dad's been going crazy. Like, where's my daughter? Because he has no fucking idea.
Yeah.
So after all this shit, the girl shows back up after the parents have murdered her dad. And he's like, oh, hey, can I talk to your daughter? And they're like, the fuck? Like, oh, well, tee-hee. I thought it'd be funny if we made it look like she pushed me. I just really want to spend time with my boyfriend. And it's like...
So she just used it as a cover-up to get out of town for a little while?
Yeah. To
Jesus
spend time with her
Christ.
boyfriend. And then the other girl, the daughter, was like so committed that she was like screaming in the streets.
Wait, so she
and,
was
like,
just lying
the entire time.
to cover up because she wanted to
Did we
hang out
just
with her
give away
boyfriend?
the ending?
Yes, we did.
Oh, this is really stupid.
No, it's the stupidest thing, and you can tell a mile off. And like,
Oh.
Wow.
oh, God.
All right.
So yeah, but
Not watching
There will
that
be
one.
spoilers. In
True
this
to-
show.
What's the opposite of a
There will be
watch
spoilers.
list?
true to form on teenage girl bullshit, though. I will say that. All right, so after that terrible fucking movie, I watched a really cool B horror movie called Dark Match. Pretty sure it's from the same dudes that made Wolf Cop, which is one of my favorite B horror movies. It's like a
Good titles.
wrestling. This one is kind of wrestling oriented. It's like kind of set in the 80s.
Oh, it's like brand new.
Regional,
Came out last year.
wrestling troupe gets offered to do a show way out in the fucking boondocks for a shit ton of money. When they get out there to do the show, it's revealed that it's actually like a fucking satanic ritual.
Of
That, like,
course.
there has to be a fucking death per match to summon Satan and whatnot.
Okay, so it's like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, kind of. Super fucking fun
With
movie,
witchcraft.
though. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's
Or
Huh?
or like cult. Is it cult? Or is it like
cool.
religious?
No, it's like, well, it's like a cult at first, and then it is revealed they're summoning the devil
Yeah.
at the end. So I guess kind of pseudo-religious, but
Yeah.
really fun, satisfying movie, cool gore effects. Yeah, no, just really well done. I like the guy's stuff that did this film. It's a lot of just straight fun as far as it goes. So that was cool. Few series. Well, I watched a really, really goofy killer mosquito movie from the 80s called Mosquitoes. That was would make for a good remake, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
really bad, like not
Are
great
they
actors
giant
and stuff.
mosquitoes?
Yes, yeah. Random alien ship flies by Earth, kicks out a little escape pod, crash lands, dead alien. Mosquitoes start drinking dead alien blood. Boom, you got crazy big mutant mosquitoes.
That's fine.
Yeah, and they fucking murder all kinds of people.
It honestly like checks out. You could even take away like the supernatural element. You know, did you know mosquitoes kill more people, kill more like humans than any other species of anything on the planet,
I can believe
including humans?
Yeah. They're sons of bitches, dude. I hate mosquitoes.
I'm surprised we haven't seen like a zombie movie where like the outbreak is spread by.
Bred by mosquitoes, yeah.
I guess malaria is still like just a little too prevalent in other countries.
Yeah. No, it was a pretty fun movie. Like the job on the practical mosquitoes was pretty sweet. They did have to do some swarm scenes that, you know, really they didn't have the budget to even try to do. So like that shit was pretty bad. You know, like layering shit on film to give that like swarm effect. It was really, really rough. But
What is
practical
like 80s?
80s,
Yeah.
mid 80s, not a great budget. Practical mosquitoes were fucking sweet though. Yeah, it was a fun little romp. It was what it was. It's one of those 80s movies that I'm like, you know what? Give the right guy a little bit of a budget now, and this could be a pretty cool movie.
Yeah.
You know, that was the takeaway from that one.
Huh.
Series wise, one anime series I got caught up on that's still going, Sakamoto Days. Fun little.
Is that the assassin who retires
the
and
chubby
gets fat?
dad assassin.
I watched a couple episodes of that.
It's
very
super.
fun.
It's pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've really enjoyed it.
you're just gonna get premises in anime that you can't get in literally any other genre.
No, it's fun because this dude, like, people come try to kill him, and he just, like, punks motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
And, like, saves somebody. He's just, like, gradually growing, like, his work staff for his little convenience store with ex-hitmen and assassins.
Yeah.
You know, like, so far in the show, he's got, like, an ex-mafioso chick and, like, an ex-hitman that just, like, are now his fucking stock boys.
Yeah.
You know? And he just keeps people trying to kill him. But, no, it's really fucking heartwarming and feels pretty good. The animation is dope. One thing that I liked in the last episode I saw, he ended up fighting a rival from early in his career. And, like, this dude had the super typical anime bullshit of, like, this is my attack, it's called this, and these are my weapon, and it's called blah, blah, blah. And, like, the character's like, God, it's so fucking lame. I'm like, thank you. It is so fucking lame. Anytime anime acknowledges the lame shit in anime, I'm like, thank you, because anime's cool except for that shit.
Yeah.
So an anime that talks shit about that
His
is
power
so
level is over
satisfying.
9,000.
Yeah, no, that's what's so fun about, like, One Punch Man, is it just shits all over all of that. You know, it's just so silly. But yeah, super fun thing. And then I watched Netflix series just popped up, the Decameron. You guys see that?
I watched the first episode of that.
Yeah.
It's got some really fun actors in
I
it.
feel like it might be the same people that put together Sex Education, because a good chunk of people from Sex Education are in the show.
I know.
But
I've
it's set
seen
in, like, the 14th century during the bubonic plague. It's a bunch of nobles being invited to a villa to escape the plague, but when they don't know when they get there that the nobleman had the plague and is dead. So there's, like, literally, like, 4 people running this obnoxious villa under the pretense.
Sounds like Mask of the Red Death. Like,
Yeah.
like
the
oh,
Decameron
shit.
is a book from, like, the 1600s
Oh, okay.
or something.
Ooh,
and so
I'd like
this
to read that.
Yeah, this is an adaptation of that. Obviously, they take, like, they make, like, a real modern poppy language with it. And
they do. Yeah, it's still, like, traditional to a degree, but yeah, they modernize it.
Yeah, it's still a period piece. There's not, like, smartphones.
The soundtrack is fantastic through the show. It's awesome. Performances, great. It was a really satisfying watch. It was a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah. I
Really,
really liked
really
the first
enjoyed it.
episode.
I kind of binged it. Had a head cold, and I just kind of cut through it all. But yeah, no, it was.
I think it's just a mini series too, so it's done.
No, it definitely seemed, by the end of it, it seemed like there's not any reason
Yeah.
to try to continue it. It was very satisfying for what it was. Super enjoyed it. So I do recommend all of those.
You gotta get rid of those alerts on your phone, man.
Yeah, well, you know what? Normally it's set to silent. So, but yeah, that was what I have been watching. So
There's also an adaptation of the Decameron from 1970 by Pasolini.
I'd be interested to watch that now.
Yes, this is the author of the book, the Decameron.
Yeah.
It is
nice headgear there.
It is a painting of him,
I love
of
how we,
Giovanni
We're showing pictures on
Boccaccio. Boccaccio? I don't know how to say that. There's a lot of C's in that. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go next. Were you finished?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that
Perfect.
was it.
I'm gonna start with my series. I've been watching, getting back into some TV. The one I've been most excited about is Severance season 2.
Okay.
I have actually seen that.
Oh,
which I didn't write it down, but I have finished that.
You've watched the 4 episodes. Yeah, it's so good. I
think I might be 3 episodes in.
Okay, well, I won't talk too in detail about any of the episodes, but I guess the first season was so good, and they ended it in such a satisfying way as far as, like, the perfect amount of mystery still. Like, you have no idea what's going to happen next, and they have kind of just completely done left turn after left turn in this season in the most interesting way. And
yeah, they kept it fresh. Like, I still don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, and just wait till the next episode.
The last episode I saw was the one where they go through the little doggy door.
And into, like, the field.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Is this real? Is this, like, I have no idea what's going on.
Dude, and like, this series, it's It's like being John Malkovich on steroids.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the series is. It's like what being John Malkovich wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much more fun.
It's
than
being John Malkovich based in an Apple warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's incredible. I can't talk highly enough about it, and I highly recommend people jump in if they haven't watched the first season. And now they're coming out weekly, so the 5th episode of the 2nd season comes out on Friday. I've been continuing Dan to Dan. That show is just so fucking fun.
It's really just feels good.
Yeah,
the entire time.
The animation is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
The music is great. I love all the monsters and the demons.
It's funny because like the characters are mostly pretty typical anime characters, but not exactly.
Yeah,
like they're just different.
Well, they're cranked up to 11, so they're just so funny.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much just a romantic comedy at the end of the day. Like, at its core, and like the two main characters, their romantic fucking tension is just like perfect.
Did you finish the first season?
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize there's going to be a love square. There's a love triangle introduced like 8 episodes in, and now there's another person introduced. So it's all, but that's not at all the focus of it. That's kind of like the background, kind of goofy subplot to the demons and the aliens.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think the relationship between the two main characters drives a lot of it, but the extra shit with the characters feels more background.
Yeah. The show also has
the entire thing, like the setting of the show with the aliens and spirits is wholly dependent upon the two main characters even coming into contact.
Yeah.
So like it's still pretty driving.
The show also has like the hottest grandma you'll ever see.
Yeah, hottest
she's
anime grandma.
Hot. And she's just always wearing underwear.
Yeah.
I also restarted Mrs. Davis.
Yeah.
Did you watch Mrs. Davis?
I did. I watched that. Is there only one season?
Yeah, it's just a miniseries. I think 8 or 9 episodes.
Yeah, I watched it. Thought it was all right.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm 5 episodes in now, so a little over halfway, I think. It's such a interesting, weird, little, unique show, and I really like when Damien Lindelof, the guy who did this and Lost and the Leftovers, he just rides this line of asking questions and not answering them, and and presenting characters that you don't.
He always has this
really
thing where
need
like
to know.
He'll answer some questions, but when he does, the answer always comes with more questions.
Yeah,
so where it just keeps like the depth of the mystery.
Yeah. And I haven't seen Lost, but some of what I've heard about those kind of things,
Lost is like fucking phenomenal. Like I will stand by that. The
I
ending isn't great. Like. Maybe they went a season too long, but the thing is, the only reason people would say that Lost went a season too long is because of the ending. I actually think that the last season has some of the best shit in the entire series.
Yeah.
Well, once you get so far into something that's so complex, like the ending, like I don't know, I feel like people need to be a little forgiving on some of those.
I was taking college courses when the 2nd season was airing, and I actually did I was in a speech class, and I actually did a speech based around Lost, and I said in that speech that I knew I actually compared it to Twin Peaks. I think to me it's the closest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah?
At the time, it was the closest thing I'd ever seen to Twin Peaks.
Severance season 2 is getting real Twin Peaks.
Yeah, well, as far as weirdness level, Severance is definitely more that kind of David Lynch weird.
Yeah.
But just as far as the mystery, Lost is kind of just untouchable. But I said in that speech that there was no way they could end it well.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole formula was built around this layer of mystery. And if you solve all the mysteries, then it's no longer going to be interesting. And if you don't solve all the mysteries, everybody's going to be pissed that you didn't solve all the mysteries.
Yeah.
So. They do it in such an interesting way in The Leftovers, where there is world building done that doesn't give you any information about things. One of big prominent ones is he goes to a town in the second season, and there's a person like up on like a watchtower. Like he can't get down from this watch. It's like he lives up in the top of this watchtower, and it never say why he's up there. He just is for the next 2 seasons. He lives up there, and they don't mention it. And there's a ton of stuff, but it's never done in such a way that you go like, well, I hope they explain that, because you don't really need to know.
Yeah.
The cult, they're smoking cigarettes constantly.
Right.
They don't ever tell you why, and it's like, but it's not torturous or annoying. It's just it feels like natural world building. These weird things popping up after a huge world event.
For you guys, I know neither of you've seen Lost, but it has this way about it that like it's always giving you these little mysteries, and the whole big picture is one big mystery, and they're never giving you all of the breadcrumbs. And they're like and they always kind of end on a cliffhanger, but every episode is based around a different character, and so like it's so bingeable because you'll watch an episode and you'll be like, "Fuck, I want to know," because so it's every episode is based around a character, and it's 2 parts. It flips back and forth between this person now on this island, this deserted island, and then it goes back to their life before.
Yeah,
and that's actually how they build the characters, by showing you who they were before they got there. And they always end on these like cliffhangers, and you're like, "Fuck!" And so you want to watch the next episode, but then you watch the next episode.
It's not about the same.
It's about a different character this time, and so like it's going to be several episodes before they get back to that storyline.
I don't know if I'll ever watch it.
Sucked in.
It's fucking good. I can't recommend it highly enough. I think
maybe this is the year I'll watch Sopranos. Have you both seen Sopranos?
I have not.
I've seen Sopranos twice. I've seen Lost like 4 times.
My son has been watching Sopranos.
If given the choice, I think you should watch Lost. I think that Sopranos doesn't age particularly well.
Yeah, I don't think. I think KO has already moved on to something else. So I don't think
well, it's just
Sopranos
dialogue. I can't imagine it's gonna hold a teenager's interest that much.
It holds. That is what holds KO. The kid only reads philosophy books. Dialogue is he went through all of Boardwalk Empire just this year. He did all of Breaking Bad this year. But yeah, I think he's already moved on to some other stuff. So I don't think Sopranos held him.
Yeah.
Both of those are greater in my opinion. Yeah. The Sopranos, like as far as like holding up well. Like if I had to rewatch, I would rather rewatch Boardwalk Empire or Breaking
I just
Bad.
feel like Sopranos is like the godfather of TV shows. Like you have to watch it.
I'm not saying you shouldn't watch it. It is very, very good, and it's the best thing James Gandolfini has ever done by like a long shot. It is very good. It just I just don't think it aged as well. The last time I watched it, I remember thinking, okay, like it was perfect for the time that it was on.
Yeah,
right.
Last 2 TV shows I've been watching. I watched a series on Netflix called Voyeur. That's basically just like each episode is like a 20 to 25 minute film essay, like an essay on this person's interesting topic. One of them is about revenge in Korean films compared to American films. One of them is about summer blockbusters. Just real nice, well-made video essays about film. And then I also caught up and watched the first season of Creature Commandos.
Oh, did you? What did you think? It
was very fun. I really liked
satisfying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I'm excited. Again, they kind of leave it open-ended with some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited
I'm excited to see a second season because it could just, it's a pretty easy formula. You could just go and go and go.
Yeah.
But yeah, the characters are a lot of fun. The music was fucking fantastic.
I'd never seen a TV show like that just kind of features the main artist of the show gets like
and I never would have thought that some of those songs would make such good fight songs, and they're like fucking perfect. They were so perfect. So
was that an existing album that was not like made to coincide?
No, that was they pulled. I think it's like songs from 2 or 3 albums.
Okay.
If you've never listened to Go Go Bordello,
like
as a whole, like they're one of my very favorite bands. They're fucking amazing.
That's cool.
You should check them out for sure.
Movies. I watched last right after the day after the last episode, I went to the theaters. I saw Companion. I think John, you're really gonna like it.
Yeah.
Just a real simple. I'm not gonna spoil it. Don't watch a trailer.
Okay.
You'll probably get spoilers on the way because
Sure.
they weren't really hiding stuff with the ads. But yeah, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. It's already out of theaters. It wasn't even there 2 weeks. I think it stayed at 1 week in Warsaw. Weird.
Yeah.
What was the name of this again?
Companion. It's like a dark comedy kind of. It has Jack Quaid from The Boys, a few other character actors you might recognize. Oh, you guys watch What We Do in the Shadows, right?
Yeah.
It's got that actor in it
it's
too.
fun.
Yeah.
He's fun.
Just a real simple film, quick, 90 minutes. Really enjoyed it. It's probably, I don't even know if it's now available to purchase digitally because it's out of theaters already.
Right.
I watched a movie from the 70s called The Boys from Brazil, which was really fun. Kind of campy, but also like pretty dark and serious.
Yeah.
It's like a guy hunting down, like a Nazi hunter is kind of tracking down Nazis that fled to South America after World War II and trying to uncover a plot that they're doing.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, very relevant.
Yeah. Everybody likes killing Nazis.
Yeah. On my road now to watching Oscar-nominated films, I watched A Different Man. This is the movie with Sebastian Stan. Really, really great movie. Oh my gosh, so good. I think it's on HBO.
Okay.
So go watch it. You have access to
What's
HBO.
the title again?
A Different Man.
What's the premise?
It's a man who was born with like extreme disfigurement and yeah, like basically like an elephant man type person.
Sure.
He's not at peace at all with his bodily autonomy. That's not the right term. And so he does a procedure to like correct, like get it healed, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he gets it healed, another person comes into his life who has the same exact procedure and is like the most confident person in the world. Not procedure, but he has the same ailment.
Yeah.
And he's like the most confident person
he's
ever.
Fuck,
and everybody loves him. And he's not happy now.
Yeah.
Really good.
Takeaway: you can't ever be all completely happy.
You'll never be happy.
Yeah. Things are awful. Get used to it.
I watched a movie nominated for Best Animated Film called Flow. Interestingly, this movie is produced by the Criterion Collection.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
that
but
is
it's
interesting.
Animated.
What's can I see? You got a image here?
So it's probably
completely silent.
Oh yeah. So that's on the Criterion channel. That actually
yeah.
I think debuted on the Criterion channel.
Oh, cool. So you guys should watch that.
I might watch that. I dig fully silent animated.
Yeah, it's fully silent, all animal characters, and it doesn't go. I mean, obviously it's a cartoon, right? But it doesn't go to like cutesy.
Sure.
I mean, it's pretty cute. Yeah. I mean, they stay mostly realistic with the animal interactions. I think that's really cool. They do, as a cat person, you're gonna love the animation of the cat. They just do such
sweet. Yeah, we'll check that out.
Stuff.
Hell yeah.
Highly recommend that one.
Love me some cats.
I watched. Okay, so I found this. I watched this trailer last year. I might even mentioned it to you guys. And it was my friend's birthday, and she loves vampire movies, so I went ahead and bought it so we could watch it. It's called Humanist Vampire Seeking Consenting Suicidal Person. That is the movie title.
Nice.
It's a French-Canadian film, and it's like gotta be now top 10 vampire movies for me.
Yeah.
It is really good. I loved it.
That's a really long title, sir.
Yeah, but if you type in humanist to like Letterbox or IMDb, it'll probably be the first thing that comes up.
I mean, like type in humanist vampire. You'll Google it quick.
We'll call it HVSCSP for short. I got to go to the theater and see The Brutalist, another big Oscar nominee.
We almost went, and then we didn't.
Yeah, I think you might have missed your chance now, unfortunately.
It's all right.
But
it's a long movie.
I'm sure it's coming to streaming soon, which will be actually might already be on Vudu. So yeah, it was honestly. I loved getting an intermission. They should put an intermission into every movie that is over 2 hours long because
get up a stretch.
I just like, wow, this is my first time ever seeing an intermission on a big screen. It's like time traveling. And it's just so nice.
Yeah,
We chatted about the movie. We got a
I've gotten
bathroom
one
break.
once. It was the second time or I saw Titanic 3 times in the theater, and one of them was in a drive-in theater. And it was the first time I've ever been to a drive-in theater where there was only one movie.
Yeah.
And they
Right.
did Titanic, and there was an intermission.
Nice.
Was there an intermission at normal theaters?
No,
for Titanic?
there was
Wow.
not.
See, they did it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did do it right.
I'm
But it's just like the like a drive-in theater. It's normally a double feature.
Yeah.
And so there is naturally an intermission.
yeah.
Right.
But
It just works.
Titanic, very long movie.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
put an intermission. And
Yeah, they had to
it's
put
the
it on
perfect-
2 VHSs.
It's also
but
kind of
let's
the
not
perfect
do an
movie.
intermission.
The perfect movie.
2
Well,
VHSs
like
back in
it's
the
the
day.
perfect movie to be a double VHS because the first, like, it's 2 different movies in one. I mean, like where it cuts, the first half is a love story, and the second half is like an action thriller.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's probably people out there
kinda
who
like
just
Seven
watch one
Samurai
tape
type
or the
of
other.
yeah, right. Anyway, I love James Cameron. I think it's actually like it's hard to say that it's underrated, but like I feel like that movie's taken a lot of shit for no reason. And it's
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
like, it was.
I
really
honestly
fucking-
like
it
I
was really
cannot
fucking good.
remember anything about that movie.
Yeah.
It is also, I mean, just technically alone, it's very
I
impressive.
know I watched the movie when it came out, but I do not remember any
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah. I think it's worth
but-
a rewatch. For
Yeah,
you,
I'm
man.
sure it would be. Yeah.
Brutalist is fantastic. It is gorgeous, fantastic score. All of the design, like the credits and stuff,
Right.
are like all of them throughout the movie. Like the opening credits, the title cards, they're
Right.
all at kind of like an angle and like in a very postmodern,
Yeah.
fashionable way.
Yeah. No, aesthetic. There's kinds of aesthetics like
Yeah.
carry some weight for sure, man. Like I really do appreciate that when I
Yeah.
watch a film or any kind of artwork, man. Like seeing text, good choice of text, composition, and shit like that. Like, yeah, no, it's great.
I thought all the performances were really good, but honestly, it bothered me that Guy Pearce is playing like an old man and Adrian Brody is playing like a middle-aged man. They're 6 years apart in age,
Yeah.
and Guy Pearce has, he's got makeup on, but I just don't buy them
guess-
as being, 2 generations
I
apart.
guess Guy Pearce. I don't know. I guess he feels a little older.
A little older,
I mean,
yeah.
It doesn't
It
doesn't
felt
jive that much. But,
They
yeah.
maybe they just needed to go a little heavier on the old age makeup or something. I don't know. It just felt a little off-putting to be
Man,
like,
I've been
there's
kind
like
of
20 to 30
ruined on
years
Adrian
difference between
Brody
them.
since his shitty montage I had to witness in that one movie, where he played like a ex-mafia guy that goes out for revenge and is like the worst.
Guy
action-
Pearce.
No, Brody.
Oh, Adrian Brody.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
No,
He was also in that movie Ghosted that I watched the last 10 minutes with my brother before we watched football, and it was the worst fucking thing.
I am in
Yeah.
no way Adrian Brody completionist because he does get a paycheck every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not always bad, but sometimes he's
Well, so
really
the
bad.
one that I'm talking about, I can't remember what it was called. It was like Mr. Clean or Clean. Or
Clean.
something.
Yeah, just called
Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah, and like he had like a hand in the production of the movie. Like
Yeah.
maybe he did the soundtrack or he did part of the directing or something
Keep
like that.
Adrian Brody away from creative. Is all
Yeah,
I can
He's
say.
just a
Like,
producer, it
tell
looks
him
like.
his
Oh, no, he's a
role.
writer. Never mind.
Yeah, no, and it was like
Tell
it
him
was,
his role.
And a composer?
Give
Yeah.
him his lines.
No, I was like kind of excited, and then like most of the movie was good until this really the worst fucking like action
Watch
prep
the-
montage I've
Go to
ever seen.
YouTube and watch the scene that got him banned from Saturday Night Live, and you'll learn from that Adrian Brody should never be in anything creative.
Yeah.
Because that
Just
was
tell me
his
what to do.
idea, and they were kind of just like, and he's just like, no, I'm gonna do it. And you're like, okay, and like it got him banned from Saturday Night Live.
Man,
It's like
Jesus.
one of the most offensive things that has ever been on Saturday Night Live, according to some.
Oh, shit.
Really like The Brutalist, though.
All right, yeah, I do want to check it out. I
Split
do. I
it up
do.
over 2 nights. With
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably go in one sitting. But,
I would do that if I was going to do it. Which we almost did. We did.
and then I watched Fritz the Cat. That was fun. And then
Oh, yeah, I
I
haven't seen that in a long
watched
time.
Conclave, another Oscar-nominated movie. The last one I
This
watched.
is one about naming the next pope.
Yeah.
Is it as boring as it sounds? Because like it's hard for me to like get up for that one. You know?
No. Well, for me personally, if it was based on a true story, I wouldn't really have any interest in it. I probably would only have watched it because of the Oscars. But it's completely fictional, which makes it so much more interesting to me.
Right.
And no, it is just wall-to-wall dialogue and performance. And
it
beautiful
sounded interesting
cinematography.
to me. Yeah, I was interested in checking that one out.
The all the fucking Catholic traditions and things they have to do they have to announce the announcements and hats under their hats but the pageantry really lends itself to filmmaking because it is a beautiful movie. But yeah, the cast is to die for. Ray Fiennes, John Lithgow, Isabel Rossellini, Stanley Tucci, and like all of the supporting cast. It's just highly recommend Conclave. It's not. I was looking at the 10 movies nominated for Best Picture this year, and it's probably like right in my middle of what I would prefer to win.
Right.
But I actually think it has a really high chance of winning because there's so many movies kind of splitting the ballot this year.
Right.
I think Wicked is gonna get votes. The popular one, it feels like, is Amelia Perez, but then like also The Brutalist is really big. I don't know. I think Conclave. It would remind me of when Spotlight won.
Right.
Spotlight. There was like 3 or 4 movies that were all real big front runners for Best Picture, including Mad Max. And then Spotlight got it, and no one was really expecting it. So I could see.
My money's on Amelia Perez.
Yeah, I hope not. But
Have you watched it?
No.
I've been seeing
really
a
good.
recurring thing in my Facebook feed of like how bad that movie is.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
on deep levels, like
Yeah.
irresponsible levels.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Hey man, art's bullshit. Ain't gotta be good. You gotta be popular.
Yeah.
All right. So I haven't had a lot of time. I've watched, picked up a few series. I have watched a few of the episodes of Severance. I think the thing I've watched the most of is the new Dexter prequel, Dexter Original Sin.
How's that?
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Until they fuck up the ending.
Well, they won't fuck up the ending because we know where this one ends.
They should have
Oh,
gotten
they can still fuck up an ending.
But anyway, and plus, this is already like they're doing the new one after this, so like it's leading up to something.
Oh, there's another thing?
No, because I told you this. So
okay.
so like the other one, they know that they fucked up, and the
Right.
douchebag that they let do that last season.
Right.
So they're basically going to do like a do over and like and
Retcon?
like kind
Yeah.
of pretend that like. We give ourselves a loophole to where this really didn't happen.
Okay.
So,
All right.
So
All right.
they get to continue the story with
Nice.
in a new city and all that.
Interesting.
So,
They should have got the same
I just
actor
love
who
the fucking
plays
character.
young Sheldon. Just call it young Dexter.
Right.
well, so that's kind of what they did. So in this prequel, it's every single character is played by a younger actor, and to me, the brilliance of it is they did it's all the actors are people I've never seen on screen before,
Right.
and they fucking fit the characters perfectly.
Nice.
John, the one that sold me on the show is young Masuka.
Yeah.
Or the fucking Asian dude that works with Dexter in the lab
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, that like the big perverty guy.
Mhm.
The fucking kid that they got to play the young version of him killed it.
Yeah. Nice.
He's the same person. It's crazy. But anyway, it's been really fun. They let the original actor do the voice, the inner monologue, which definitely gives it that same vibe.
Yeah.
It's the same score, the same music that you
Right,
expect.
right.
It's got the same vibe. Christian Slater plays the young Harry, kind of.
Yeah, that
mentoring,
you mentioned that is interesting to me because I do like
which is interesting.
Christian Slater.
It kind of goes through all of the past that you know from the first season,
Right.
his brother is a main character in it.
Right.
Like he's prevalent throughout. His mom is prevalent throughout because it kind of goes through like him growing up as a teenager and first getting into working for Miami Metro, and then also like there's like extended flashbacks with Christian Slater, like a younger Christian Slater, actually having the affair with his mom, and like how all that worked out. And so you just get more details on like the history of the whole series, but it's been really fun. And then the last I finished Castlevania.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. The very end after the big combat, after the fight, was a little drawn out.
It went a little long. The last episode, I think it could have shaved some minutes there for sure. And then it's been over for a minute, but me and the wife really enjoyed the series Billions. It was on Showtime. And the last season aired a couple years ago, and we kind of I think we lost Showtime after like the first episode of the new season, and so we just never got to watch it, and have Showtime again for a short time here, so we finally started watching that last season. We aren't done with it yet, but it's pretty decent so far. It's actually a phenomenal series. It's one of those weird ones where they kind of like they had to get like replace the main character for the last like season and a half, 2 seasons.
Which one?
The dude that you said had the most punchable face. I can't.
Damien.
Yeah, Damien
Lewis.
Yeah,
Damien Lewis?
yeah. He's got like he's red hair.
What happened to him?
His wife died, and so like he moved back to England to like.
Wow.
He basically said he was going to retire. Well, they brought him back for this last season, but they brought him back as kind of just a small character, I guess. And it worked really well. And they actually, so they did a full season without him. A full season. And that full season without him is still really good. Like they did a good job of, it's so believable the way that they did it. So anyway, I'm going to finally finish that series out, and it's a good one. I highly recommend it. And that's all I got right now.
All right.
Nice.
So we can get to this feature,
Indeed.
which was John Brown's pick.
It was. If you click the poster eyeball button, wow. Yes, it was my pick, Requiem for a Dream. I haven't seen it since it came out, and it's a fucking intense movie. It's
yeah. When you name the movie, like something in me like dropped.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, oh really? Because I also saw it when it came out, and like I remember enough of it to know that like it's not a bad movie. Let me start with that.
Yeah,
like,
I think it's a pretty solid fucking film.
It's
as far as
a
filmmaking
good
goes.
movie, but like I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a lot. It's a lot. I forgot exactly how much it was, really. But yeah, I guess I'm just a sucker for human suffering pieces, and that's what this is. Is a lot of it's a lot of human suffering.
Yeah.
I guess that's some.
There's
of
a
the
lot
shit
of
that I
like
enjoy
burned
the
in
most.
my mind, like the fucking the fucking decaying arm that he's shooting like heroin into. Like,
oh, that was nasty.
Dude, that scene was burned into my mind the first time I watched it, and like that when you said that, like when you said that was your pick, my mind immediately went to that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was like, oh man,
trauma flashbacks.
I don't know. I will say that it's probably the best I've seen. Fucking Jared Leto.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
But his accent really fucked. I was like, did you need to go that hard?
You know what's funny, John? We talked about
it
before that, like, yeah, Jared Leto's in that, and like I basically hate him in everything, but I remember not hating him in that.
Yeah.
On this rewatch, Jared Leto's just bad.
Yeah.
Like I learned it like pretty early in the movie. I'm like, okay, like he is not the reason this movie is good if you're gonna call it good.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he is actually not very good in the movie. I think.
No. He's never good, really. But still, with him being never good, I still think this is the best I've seen him.
Yeah.
And still just not being good. Like he's
in a major
just
role
bad.
for sure. I just like did someone? He's like, oh, the character's from Brooklyn. I'll do an accent, and the director's like, no, you don't need to.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing the accent.
Yeah.
I got this
The
covered.
ma.
No, ma.
Yeah.
And then the mom talks completely normal.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, she's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she's definitely
she
one
is
of the best
actually
performances, for sure.
Her whole plot I found particularly haunting this time. It's not, I don't have a super easy time relating to someone who's, whoring out their girlfriend so they can get high and kill themselves. I understand addiction, right? And it is scary, but I'm much more intimidated by the idea of someone rotting on the couch because they're eating too much sugar.
No, and it definitely, like, that character, the mom, so like, it was very reminiscent for me of, like, not that my mom was this at all by any means, but just like a lot of the culture that woman came from, like that chronological demographic, basically, was very close to my mom's age. And like I fucking pointed out the couch, like, or that chair, like I had that chair in my bedroom, like 'cause I fucking did, like. So the mom came from like a generation that like my family was also belonging to. So I think that kind of for this film strikes a chord with me as well. But I think the movie's very solid. I just love Aronofsky's fucking style. It's super intense. It's a lot more intense than I remembered. I didn't remember exactly how just punchy and active, even though it's like there's like action to this film, even though it's a drama.
It's very nonstop.
Yeah,
very
no, it is.
relentless.
It's just fucking a ride. It's a ride, much more than I remembered it being. But yeah, no, Jared Leto, fucking terrible. But it's such a.
I would say that the Wayne's brother that's in it is actually kind of better than him.
He is, and it's absolutely his best thing too, probably. I mean, absolutely.
I mean, it's the only thing that's
What's the competition?
Serious.
That's not just nonsense, yeah. But yeah, no, it's something else as far as the film goes. I think I was glad to watch it. I wanted to watch it because it was one of my first introductions to independent film, of this kind of a thing. So it struck really hard back then. And I do think it is a good expose of addiction as a whole, and I do appreciate that it covers pretty much like all kinds of addiction.
Yeah.
It's TV, it's pills, it's sugar, it's coke, it's sex, it's everything.
Addiction is a topic that hits me pretty hard just because I've had to deal with a lot of it in my family, and this to me plays like kind of a horror movie that I've already lived through, which is probably why I feel like the first time around I'm like, I don't need to watch this again.
Yeah.
And I definitely felt that the second go around as well.
Yeah.
I can't imagine I'd ever watch it a third time.
Yeah, no, it is a one and done.
Give John a little time.
Yeah, right. First repeat.
I'll find something else you don't want to watch again.
But like, it got me thinking afterwards, and it's one of those like, I will say that for the most part, I think it's a good movie. Like, it's a well-made film.
Yeah.
But I think it's one without an audience. I mean, who is this for? And that's
to scare kids straight. I mean, like, this is something that should be shown in like middle school. Like, they couldn't, but they should. Like, really, like, you want to get some kids scared, show them this fucking movie. Like, oh my god.
It would be the kind of movie that if someone were to say this is one of their favorite movies, I'd be like, why?
Yeah. How?
Why would you? How many times have you watched it?
Yeah. I watch it every year on my birthday.
No,
I really appreciate the filmmaking and the like quick shots of like the actions taken are like super iconic, and like that's like that's a thing.
It's very satisfying editing.
Yeah. No, it's like it's really well put together.
Obviously the score is like, the music is gorgeous.
Yeah.
This time around, I did think it got a little like over the top.
Yeah. I'm kind of like middling on that front because I thought it was. Excuse me.
Use some cough medicine.
Yeah. I thought it was. I thought it was. God damn it. I thought it was too much, and then I think it leveled out better towards the end of the movie somehow. But no, I mean it. When you have one song for like a fucking theme song, it gets to be a bit much. Naturally, so
I thought the choppiness of the we're getting high scenes got a little redundant for me, where it's like it's a bunch of like quick still shots, like it's just
I'll agree.
Eye dilating, fucking spoon burning, you know, like just a whole bunch of things where they show you like basically like 30 frames in 2 seconds, and it's like that's their code for they're getting high. Like that got a little redundant for me. Definitely could have gone another way, I think.
No,
or maybe not done that so many times. Like
I do agree that it did get a bit redundant. They maybe should have changed the formula and amount over the course. Like after the first third of the movie shifted a little bit, and then shifted a little bit more in the last end of the movie. Yeah, no, it definitely lost a little bit of luster as it was done. Actually, I forgot how much it was done.
Yeah,
that was the thing too. I did not remember it being
and
as
I
often.
kind of am not a fan of that in general in movies. Like when I get what they were going for in that particular thing, but like just so many, like so choppy.
It was a little much on the rewatch for sure. Yeah, but, he definitely overused it. I appreciated it.
It felt like it. So I love Edgar Wright's movies, right? And he gets like really rapid with his cuts sometimes, and it is a fun with the right, abilities, the skill level. Well, it is a really fun.
I think it was just a little overused. Whereas, like if you take out all those choppy, like cuts, like it's a huge portion of the movie that is that. You know?
Well, it's not huge. It seems huge. Technically,
I mean, it kind of is. It's like shortcutting the actual thing, right?
Well, yeah, no, I know it is, but like technically, like those were shortcuts. Like I feel like this is similar to how much I thought that the movie had so much sex, and I was proven wrong by Reese. It's the same kind of thing. Like it makes it feel like a lot. Technically, it's not, and I still agree with you that it could have been. I think shave off 20%.
So there's the one horrific scene where the dude has got this like fucking like black decaying like fucking thing on his arm, and he's injecting heroin into it. Fucking. But you know what? Like I think that's the only scene in the entire movie where you see somebody injecting heroin.
Yeah,
which is pretty fucked up. You know, like because like he did enough of it for his arm to be that fucked up.
Yeah.
So, but we only. Well, I mean,
you could argue maybe that they like that was for the sake of establishing contrast, like making it hit harder when you finally fucking you've done so much.
I felt like Ellen Burstyn has kind of like the most screen time of any of the characters.
She's amazing in it.
Yeah, I really liked that in this viewing, how kind of she is. She's definitely the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should also talk about the highlight of this movie. The one truly great thing.
Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
And
she was good in this film.
You know what, man? Like after watching Once Upon a Time in America, like seeing some of her, like Jennifer Connelly has just never not been amazing.
Yeah, no, she's great. She's great.
She is just like
that is also another reason why I wanted to watch this movie. Truth be told, is because I've been on a Jennifer Connelly kick. Like I watch a bunch of her stuff, and I kind of wanted to watch this because
that was the real problem with Jared Leto in this movie.
Right.
Is that like half of his scenes are with Jennifer Connelly, and she just crushes him on screen.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like a little fucking pea.
No, he's like
she
a
just
kid.
Like she just like squishes him with her little toe. Like
it does feel like
she just
like
stop. I can't focus on the podcast.
Like she just acts circles around. And it's
no, she is really good. That was one of my ulterior motives because I've watched The Snowpiercer. I watched some of her really early movies like. really early, like young.
I'm still saying, dude, the House of Sand and Fog.
Yeah.
I'm telling
It'll
you.
probably be
But
my
no,
next
she's
of
been
hers.
fucking amazing at any
No,
age
it's
since
a
I've
good
seen
one.
her in film. So I actually would like to finish up Snowpiercer. I want to see where that went.
Yeah, I need to start
That was a great role for her. That was cool.
So Aronofsky has 8 major full-length films. Which of them have you two seen?
I'm not familiar with it. Which ones are his? I feel like I should be, and I probably am more than I think I am.
So his first one.
I've seen Black Swan. I've seen Pie.
I haven't seen Black Swan or that one.
I've seen Mother.
I think I've seen Mother.
I think that's what I've seen.
What's the premise of Mother?
It's Jennifer Lawrence in a house, kind of being driven insane by weird people. It's super.
It's
Bible allegorical.
No, I think I missed that one
It is
too.
very Requiem for a Dream. It is
Yeah.
fucking hard to watch.
Yeah.
I
bet.
actually prefer to Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
I think, but it is a movie that you will not be comfortable watching.
There's more subtext in that one.
Yeah.
But okay. So the 8 films are Black.
It's a film that makes you claustrophobic.
Oh yeah.
I think he just does that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Black Swan, Requiem for a Dream, The Whale, Mother! The Wrestler, Pie, The Fountain, and Noah.
You know what? I think I've only seen Requiem for a Dream, actually.
Oh, wow.
That's the list. What's Noah?
It's Noah. It's
story
Russell
of
Crowe
Noah.
as
Guy.
Noah. Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. It came out in 2014.
That was
Oh,
him.
it also has
That
Jennifer
movie's
Connelly.
fucking no. I've seen that. That movie is fucking garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Weird garbage.
It got terrible reviews.
If I had to rank them, I think it would be
What?
Uh,
He made that movie.
Yeah.
The fuck.
That
That,
was
movie was a
Black
piece
Black
of
Swan
shit.
is really really good, and Pie is the first of his
doesn't make
films that I
any
ever saw,
sense.
and I think that Pie is my favorite
That's
movie
so
of his.
weird. He made that movie with Noah.
Yeah.
The fucking sci-fi Jesus Noah movie. And that movie's like, that's a Bible movie that's like straight sci-fi high fantasy.
Yeah.
Like
I need to
Lord
watch
of the
it.
Rings warfare with orcs type shit.
It's
like
pretty
that
bad.
movie's
It
crazy.
got a 2.6 on Letterboxd.
That is
Yeah.
so weird. Huh.
Though The Fountain, well, I remember everyone hating The Fountain, but it has a 3.5.
I never saw that one, but I am a huge fan of Pie. I think it's a
Huh.
fantastic
Okay.
film.
I've seen.
I'm super
I
curious
have
now
not
to watch all of
seen-
this stuff from that disparage.
It's literally just like literally the movie is just the pie symbol.
Yeah.
I have not seen Pie, The Wrestler, or Noah, but I've seen the other ones, and I think Black Swan would probably be my favorite. But
Yeah.
he's kind of the master of movies you don't really want to watch more than once, because I don't want to rewatch Mother. I don't want to rewatch The Whale.
Right.
And The Fountain I didn't like, so I definitely don't want to watch that one.
I only saw the Black Swan once, but I've been kind of jonesing to rewatch it.
Yeah,
so,
I could-
And,
yeah.
I've seen Pie probably 3 or 4 times, so I'm a fan of Pie.
I could definitely go for a Black Swan rewatch.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, so that'd be a
Yeah,
good one.
the Pie is like his kind of. I don't know if it's his debut, but it's definitely early in his career. It's independent. It's black and white.
As far as feature length films, it's his debut.
Yeah. That's the one that turned me on to him, and I think I think it's kind of his best, and
Wow.
the story hits hard.
It's his little breakout. Yeah, so maybe this year I'll finish up Aronofsky's
I am super curious
filmography
now.
and watch
Now that the only things
Pie,
that
The Wrestler, and Noah.
I know of him are like the starkest of contrast. You know, like shitty Bible action movie.
Yeah.
I can't believe I haven't
Requiem
seen The
for a
Wrestler
Dream.
because that movie got a lot of hype the year it came out, and
Yeah, it
I've
couldn't
heard
have-
nothing but great things about it, and I
Put-
just have not found time to watch it.
You haven't watched it?
I have not.
Okay, when are you going to do your fight night thing? Because I'm at this point, I'm kind of waiting.
It'll happen.
Well, maybe I'll watch The Wrestler without you. How about that?
It could happen. You watch everything, so
I gotta.
I got a dope
It's in the
fight
name.
night pick. That'd be fun. I have a movie that's kind
yeah,
of
you guys are welcome to do a fight night also.
I might at some point
Fight night part 2.
do some Jackie Chan or something.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. I haven't watched any of Bruce Lee's shit. I got the box set.
Oh, I've seen it all.
Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee together would be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
Final thoughts. This movie is. I would recommend people watch it if they haven't seen it.
Yeah,
But you're not gonna watch it.
Yeah, watch it once.
I think
exactly once.
I think it's aside from the technical quality of the filmmaking, I think that I feel like it's a important movie in that it's a good representation of the subject matter.
Yeah.
Like I think it's worth watching, pretty much by default.
Yeah.
But yeah, you will feel how you feel about it. But I think it's a worthwhile piece of art, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared Leto's passable because as an actor, I think he's kind of a piece of shit. But in this movie, he plays a piece of shit.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
so,
why
like,
it works.
It's passable.
Because he's just some shit bag.
Ma!
He literally just plays a shit bag. Like he's a piece of shit the entire
I think he would have been like 70% more tolerable in this if he'd not gone so hard on an accent.
Yeah, for sure.
I just he loves doing that too. Did either of you watch House of Gucci? Where everyone in the movie is like, yeah, I'm Italian. And he's like, I'm an Italian! And they're all literally in the same family.
I'm sure, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Morbius. Who's picking Morbius?
Oh, God. That thing was fucking... That movie was, like, principally fucking stupid. Like, the bad guy was just a mirror. It was just a mirror. The bad guy's a mirror. He's fighting himself. Fucking laziest mechanic ever there. Like, they just inserted awful CGI into every shot for no fucking reason. Like,
God.
It was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess that brings us to the end to where Reese tells us what we watch in the theaters.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a really short episode. We're like
I mean, it's going to be a normal length episode.
just over an hour, I think. Oh,
Yeah, probably where we actually want it to be, but often
That's
most
true.
of the
That's
time
true.
it's
Yeah.
not.
We're gonna
We're on pace for it
this
to be like
episode.
an hour and 20 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
This episode's gonna skyrocket in viewers because everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's not 3 hours long."
Yeah. You guys should shut the fuck up a little bit.
Just get to the point.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
So this
I'm
week,
never reading the comments.
No.
probably just want to kill myself. This Friday, we've got some new stuff, and we've got some stuff that we haven't talked about yet. We've got a lot of old shit too. We got Mufasa, Sonic 3, and Moana 2.
Woo.
We got Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg.
I bet you that's terrible.
Probably it's
has
directed
the-
by Mel Gibson.
Oh.
So, directed by Mel Gibson makes me want to watch, because I actually do like most of the
directed
movies.
stuff has been good.
Yeah,
Did you guys,
I liked
did you
him
guys
as a
watch
director.
the Andrew Garfield one? Not Rebel Ridge.
No.
It was nominated for a bunch of Oscars.
Really?
Yeah, a few years ago, like 2000.
Oh, was it
I'm about to write it down whenever you figure it out.
Hacksaw?
Hacksaw Ridge? Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah,
did see that.
I
Yeah,
liked that for a war movie. I thought it was fun.
I thought it was. Yeah, I did not. I had a lot of reason, mostly because like the whole movie is about how incredible this pacifist is. The
Yeah.
movie beats in your head. This guy's a
Yeah.
pacifist, and the movie does. There's one point in which Vince Vaughn picks up a legless man and then like runs forward, shooting his machine gun using the legless man as a human shield. Like, this is cartoonish and reveling in violence to the point where I don't understand why you guys are so glorifying this pacifist when it seems like you're really enjoying this violence.
Well,
I didn't have any problem with that. I think there's a balance there.
Yeah,
My
no, I
problem
mean,
is that
it's a war movie.
like,
I mean,
I think
Vince Vaughn's not
Andrew
the character.
Garfield is not great, and that's my.
It's not one of his
Is that the
best,
main
yeah.
actor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just, in everything he's been in, he's kind of the
Yeah,
same.
I think that
he doesn't have range.
his performance
really.
is one of the weaker parts. Of
Like,
it.
I would believe that he's a pacifist or a virgin in anything I've ever seen him in. He's just
Yeah, I
kind of,
mean-
he's a fucking pussy in everything.
Yeah,
Alright?
the-
Can we just say that? Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
He's a fucking pussy in everything I've ever seen him in. He's typecast as a pussy.
Yeah. I mean, the movie is hyper violent because it's a World War II movie, which would be hyper
Okay,
violent.
but the thing is that it goes to unrealistic. I mean, man would not be able to pick up a half a human body and running, shooting his machine gun in real life. That did not happen in World War II.
No,
he's a big dude.
That is actually totally plausible. It really is.
a really big dude.
He could half of a person to that torso. Yeah, that would be pretty easy to do. Now
we got Viking shields out in the other room. They're pretty heavy too.
And this phone is fucking huge. But no, it is like over the top for sure. But at the end of the day, like, who fucking knows what war looks like? Have you been in war? It's probably pretty over the top.
There's a shit ton of surviving World War II veterans who fought in World War II. We got people to talk to.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
know.
the
They
most
can tell you
documented
some
history.
crazy fucking
war
stories,
history.
I bet too. I'm just saying, like, it's. But yeah, I mean, the movie's not great or anything, but I thought it was a solid war movie, and like it does just the hyperviolence just like contrasts more highlight for the main character being a pacifist. I mean, the concept of that, if a dude did that shit, even if it wasn't as flagrantly, violently flamboyant as it was, like if a dude just survived heavy combat, which it would be heavy ass combat, and didn't do shit, but just didn't get shot and saved people's lives, like, gangster ass shit.
He really it's been a while since I saw, but he really wanted to join the war effort. Right?
Yeah, he wanted to go in and he wanted to be.
That was the other thing that really annoyed me is that
like a pacifist that really wants to get in on this war.
It felt like such a
principle. It's like he's a hero.
But I believe he specifically refuses to be a medic, which that's why I didn't make any sense to me.
Did he? No.
Like he wants to be a soldier. He's just choosing to not use a gun.
Yeah.
And like there are fields in which you can help the war effort and not have to pick up a gun.
I guess it'd be interesting.
He was a medic.
He might be a medic, but like I'm saying, there's ways you can do in the military that don't involve picking up a gun. So I don't understand the conflict to begin with. Just go to a fucking different branch of the military.
I don't think it's a bad movie. I remember I saw it once in the theater. I didn't think it was a bad movie, but also I remember being a little cheesed because I think Andrew Garfield is just kind of a pussy playing a pussy, and like, and there were some cheesy elements and some unbelievables. We'll call it.
It makes me want to watch it again.
Well, Flight Risk
checking on it
has a 2.1 on Letterboxd. I don't think it's
that one didn't
good.
look good, but I would entertain watching it just because. I'd watch it once.
I think that any movie
I'm
with
going
the
my
word
way to
flight
watch it, but I will watch
not
that
good.
movie.
Flight Risk.
Any movie with the word flight in it
Flight.
is
I don't
not
like
good.
That it has,
what about Flight?
What
with
is it?
Denzel
Who's the other
Washington?
guy?
Not good.
Topher Grace is in it.
Grace?
Yeah.
I don't like that guy.
Who likes Topher Grace?
Where the fuck did Topher Grace come from? That dude hadn't been in anything in like
nowhere
10 years.
forever.
He
looks exactly the same.
I was gonna say he was in Interstellar, but that was 10 years ago.
He'll be 7 years old. He'll be playing a teenager in some movie.
He was in the one Predator movie. Like he
was in Black Klansman. He was he was in Heretic.
Dude. So he's actually, that's true. He's in Black Klansman and he is great. He plays David Duke, who was the fucking Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. And he is awesome in that role.
That is honestly the best, the best Topher Grace I've ever seen.
Probably. The most hysterically racist character you will ever see on film.
I would not think that.
And it is awesome.
That's pretty fantastic. I'll watch that.
He also has like a really small role in Heretic, but he's good in that. Heretic was a great movie.
So, Mel Gibson movie,
Flight Risk. Animated movie Dogman is in theaters. Comedy horror Heart Eyes is in theaters. I might be seeing that this weekend.
I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be great, but it's got some people involved.
I don't know.
I really like.
You know, as like the big horror junkie that I am, like a movie like that could surprise you. It could be like.
Well, so did you?
Terrible title.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, but it's probably shit. But
have you seen the movie Werewolves Within?
No.
Oh, okay, that's a fun comedy horror movie. You should look it up, and it's from the same director as that. So that I have a little bit of hope.
When it comes to titles, can you give me that full title again of the Humanist Vampire?
I have to look at it because I can't
even know
remember
what the name of the movie is. That you
it's a very long name.
Humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal
something.
Human? No, wouldn't have human and humanist.
Somebody who wants to die.
Well, okay, so that's from memory. The real title is Humanist Vampire Seeking Consenting Suicidal Person. I almost had it.
Yeah. I mean, We had it.
So, like, going back to that one for a minute, what level of horror is this? Is it a horror
comedy?
It's a vampire movie.
It's like horror comedy, but the horror is more from like the fact that it's about vampires and stuff. It's horror like last.
Okay. So I could watch this with my wife.
It's a horror. It's a horror drama. Like,
it's occasional, like blood splurting or something, but it's pretty tame.
Okay.
It's there more for flavor than for shock
just
or
vampire
actual
characters.
scares.
Vampire drama.
There's another movie called Love Hurts. That's an action comedy with Ki Hu Kwan from Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Also known as the kid from the Goonies, the Asian kid from the Goonies.
Yeah.
He's trying to overcome
looks really bad, honestly. There's a movie called You, Me, and
Put it
Her.
into context so people know who he is.
Right.
You, Me, and Her. That's like a romantic comedy about a threesome, I think, something like that. Doesn't look good.
Been a lot of those.
Paddington in Peru is coming out this week.
Jesus Christ! How many of those movies are they going to make?
This is the third one.
I've never
the end
seen
of the trilogy.
one, but I've seen the trailers for probably all of them, and they look gross.
People love Paddington 2. Like on Letterboxd, like adults, right? I mean, it's a really well-made film. It's got huge influences from like Wes Anderson.
Paddington movies?
No, Paddington, like Paddington Bear.
Yeah. Paddington 2 has
There's a conversation about a Paddington Bear movie right now.
No, there is.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I remember seeing this trailer. Like, I went to the movies.
I mean, they're high-budget movies.
They had a trailer for Paddington. I don't know which one it was, but like literally, he's got a toothbrush. He like sticks it in his ear.
Oh yeah, that one's nasty.
And like pulls it out. And he's got like a bunch of fucking like earwax on it. And then he like brushes his teeth, and he's like, oh god.
Paddington 2 has a 4.2 on Letterboxd.
Jesus.
And the cast includes Ben Whishaw, Sally Hawkins, Hugh Grant, Brendan Gleeson, Jim Broadbent, Peter Capaldi. Like the cast, Michael Gambon. That might have been one of his last roles. Insane cast. No, it's the people like the second one just because it's such like a movie made like from the heart, like really like it's the kind of it's like the Lego movie, right?
Sure,
all you needed to do was a commercial, and you went like so much further beyond that it's it's just a heartwarming movie. And like I said, it's got huge influence from Wes Anderson in a lot of the costumes.
Did you guys watch that's what I fucking forgot to talk about. Wes Anderson he did a bunch of shorts from
Netflix.
I haven't watched any of those yet.
We watched one of them together, didn't we?
Yeah.
The Swan.
Did we?
I think we watched it after a movie.
Okay.
Might have. I finished that up. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like, I really appreciate just like super minimalist storytelling. The Rat Catcher with Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
That one's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Huh? I just said old ass Angry Orchard.
I'm excited to watch the rest of those. I don't know why. I rushed to watch.
Old ass Angry Orchards in there?
No.
I rushed to watch Wes Anderson movies. I don't know why I still haven't watched those shorts, but.
I'm good.
The last big movie coming out this week is Captain America: Brave New World.
Nope. No, thank you. And the lead, I do not like that guy.
Anthony Mackie doesn't have a lot of charisma, in my opinion.
Not good.
And then next week, another comedy horror movie is coming out from the director of Longlegs called The Monkey. It actually looks pretty fun.
That one sounds fun.
So something to look forward to. I believe it's based on a Stephen King book.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the book is called Monkey Shines.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I read that book as a kid.
Nice.
it's not a great week for movies.
Well,
I will say, like historically, Stephen King movies are bad.
Oh, honestly, the trailer for The Monkey looks good, but it's coming out next week.
But
not
the
this
movie
week.
it'll have a horrible ending because that's
Yeah.
that's how his horror has horrible endings. His non-horror stuff is actually really good, like the Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, stuff like that is
Right.
very well thought out. But like his horror stuff, he doesn't know how to end it ever.
I think a lot of it, the book it stuff works on the page that doesn't translate well to the screen when you're like describing certain things. You can visualize them and you can imagine them in your brain and it works, but to try and then decipher what one person interprets that onto the screen, it a lot of times flops.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, a lot of his writing is like that. I think his best book is The Stand, and that's one that you could never do as a movie.
Yeah.
They've tried to do it as a miniseries like 3 or 4 times, and like they did one in the early 90s.
That's the only one I remember.
Good.
Yeah, I remember that.
But like I know they tried to remake it recently. I was really excited, and like I heard so many bad things that I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I glance at it every once in a while, but then I see it's got like horrible reviews.
Yeah, the one with like Gary Sinise from the 90s was actually pretty good, but I'm sure it doesn't hold up well.
I'd be curious to watch it because I haven't seen
the premise
it in a
of
long
the
time.
premise of that story is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. It's the ultimate good versus evil. It's like it's kind of the scariest thing he's ever written, even though it's not. It's more of like a post-apocalyptic thing.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's post-apocalyptic shit.
Yeah, but it's still terrifying.
Yeah, I'd like to rewatch that actually. I've been thinking about that one.
All right.
All right.
We got anything else? Or
I think that's it. I'm gonna recommend this week people go see Hard Eyes. It looks like the best bet of something fun. Maybe Sonic 3 if you're into that kind of. But I haven't seen it. So.
I hear a lot of people that I've tattooed on lately, like fucking, Sonic 3 is fucking awesome. Like I hear people just
say what is awesome?
Sonic 3,
man.
Oh.
They fucking love those movies.
I don't think
people out there
you
that just
shouldn't
love
go
them.
in expecting anything elevated, but I think it's just a fun
I don't ever
movie.
want to see any of those movies. I have
Yeah, that's a very
interest.
palate thing, man. You're gonna like it, or you're not gonna.
Yeah.
Not for me.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
some
when we
peeps.
first started this podcast, my mind started racing immediately. I think I got out my phone one day at a bar and started jotting down like a couple potential movies that I definitely want to do.
Right.
It like through the course of this, and I haven't really hit on many of them because I kind of go with the ebbs and flows of where we've been.
Yeah.
And so I haven't really hit on as many off this list as what I wanted to, but this is the time for this one, and we got a really interesting pairing for it. So, 2002, I saw this film, and I think a lot of people missed it. It's a remake. It's been remade like 4 or 5 times. It is based off of a classic novel written by Alexander Dumas. The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002 was the film. It was starring Guy Pearce and Jim Caviezel.
Hey, Guy Pearce.
Yeah, and I think it's a really underrated film. I really enjoyed it. There was a time when I watched this movie like every year, like really fucking good. The ultimate revenge story is, to me, The Count of Monte Cristo. The story is the ultimate revenge story, and it's revenge not so much like it's not like Old Boy. It's not a violent revenge. It's like diabolical, like.
Oh, Old Boy was pretty diabolical.
Like this is like death is too good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like peak Guy Pearce to me. This is his cheekbones could cut diamonds in this movie.
L.A. Confidential. I think when I think Guy Pearce, I think L.A. Confidential.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is around that same era for sure. So anyway,
and this is streaming on Hulu for anyone who wants to watch it before the next episode.
Also, I believe also streaming on Hulu is French movie that came out last year, the end of last year. It just started streaming. The Count of Monte Cristo, 2024. It's a French film.
I have heard really good things about it.
It has gotten killer reviews.
Yeah.
And from everything I've read about it, it is actually the best version of this film. So I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out together.
All right, yeah.
So
That
I
sounds
told
good.
you guys ahead of time we would need 2 nights. These are fairly long movie. I know the new one is at like 3 hours.
Yeah.
I think the
sense.
original is only like 2 hours, 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
or the 2002 is like 2 hours and 11 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And then this new one's like almost 3 hours. So definitely a 2-night event.
It's 178 minutes.
Woo.
You just can't get enough, can you?
Yeah.
You got to have your cake and eat it too. Well, why don't we do a triple feature? Because there's one with Gerard Depardieu from 1998. That one's 396 minutes.
Oh my God! There's one that's even older than that though, because that's not the original.
1934 is The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Starring Robert Donat. That's That's the shortest one yet. That's 113 minutes.
Ooh. I think 2's enough.
Yeah.
You're sure? Because there's 1975s like out of Monte Cristo.
We'll watch these 2 and see where it takes us.
Yeah. No, this will be fun.
Cool story.
My friend watched the new one last year sometime. I don't know how he watched them, but he said it was a really great movie. And I have very fond memories of the original.
Of the 2002?
Yeah, not the original. the 2002 version.
The 1934. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be episode 45.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, that's going to do it for episode 44. So everybody, fuck off.
Peace.
Bye.